Hello friend, welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. I'm wrestling bunch of jobs on this 1998 Tacoma 4-wheel drive. You can see how big engine oil leak or something's leaking on it. Here you see the CV axles, they were all ripped. So there's a bunch of work on it. We were showing you the upper control arm ball joint, which was completely shot. Our student Isaac was talking about it, how much play is in it. So this side is pretty good. The upper control arm bushings are in perfect condition. There is no problem with that. It has a new CV axle this side. So this was taken care of, that's all finished. Now we have the other side where that upper ball joint is also having a lot of play. You saw already the CV axle, how bad it was, so that was replaced. So I'm not filming how to get to all these spots because I'm doing more jobs, but let's go and see how easy or difficult it is to replace the failed upper control arm. And I filmed a video for you why it will be replaced. The bushings, especially this one, are completely worn. There is a huge play, especially when the wheel was still attached. The whole arm was basically coming in and out, and it's also moving that way. So the bushings are gone, and some of you never saw how this is done. So for those, I hope I have enough time to film this little procedure for you. Now, the thing you might be thinking, like, how is it attached there? Well, there is a one super long bolt, and it comes from here across this entire assembly and ends here. That's how long it is. So we will be removing this nut and those spacers, the washers, the large washers. These are not part of the bolt. And if you look here, there will be a little hassle how we will be moving that bolt that way. If it was on the other side, there will be actually normally some AC lines, I believe, are there. But now we are walking up to the heavens. If you look here, it's actually down here. That's where it is. You see that? So that bolt will be coming towards the front. And I think this power steering line, we will actually be able to avoid it. But let's see. So hopefully you have a good view of the whole operation. It's a two 19mm tools. Yeah, as expected, and this is pretty tight, but it just loosened. The whole arm started wiggling even more. So there was definitely some pre-tension on the bushings and so on. Let's continue by the hand. So this will be the nut. And when you are doing it, if you will ever try, please observe the shape of the parts you are removing. So basically here is the concave, and it's coming out, this washer, it's coming out towards to these rubber bushings, which kind of makes sense. On the other hand, somebody might think, oh no, it needs to hug it nicely. So it's not true, it's the other way. It's creating here the space between the rubber and the edge, so pay attention. On the front side, you will see what we were talking about. So that's a bolt. If this is a large washer, was part of the bolt, it will never make it through here. This is the body of the vehicle steel. You can tiny bit bend it if there is a need, but hopefully it will clear perfectly right now. So again, observe there is that space. The washer, the large washer, it's away from the rubber, not hugging it. So now I will start pushing right here. The large washer should stay here, and the bolt is slowly traveling so far without any problems forward. This is the bolt. This is the same thing. It's basically this way. This is the one I saved from a dealer. The dealer, when we were doing it, said, hey, you should replace the bolt. So obviously I got it from parts people, the new one, and then I asked the manager if I can keep this. So you can see it here, and now it actually can help me to start pushing the other bolt. Oh yeah, did you see that? Look at that. How good idea to keep the old bolt. And look at it. Oh, that's my wifey. The phone is ringing. Wife is calling. I have to pause. So I went to talk to my wife. And while I'm talking to her, the whole thing, by its weight, fell in the garbage can with a big bang. So I hope nobody calls this replacement difficult, because it's taking apart itself. It just does it itself. It's incredible. I like this job. Here you can see that bolt which was coming out. Here is the area without that arm, upper control arm. And here it is how it was still together inside of the garbage can. So if you basically do the opposite, correct? Install it on the new arm, it should be totally easy to fish it in and have a easy job. In the case of this vehicle, I made decision from the all kinds of different reasons. I purchased new replacement part, entire arm with the new bushings. Despite the fact that these bushings can be replaced, the arm OEM Toyota part can be saved. But look here, this is the purpose why there was so much play. That's towards the cabin area, which was the most loose. The bushings are completely kaput, and that's the reason for this service. Today I'm in the time crunch, and I will be installing that entire new part. However, we will save this all one, buy the new bushings, and we will demonstrate on this channel in the future how to press them out and press the new ones in. But that will come later. Now these whole arms, including new bushings, they ain't cheap. So I have that washer the same direction. They are not cheap, these parts. The arm with bushing cost approximately I'm trying to go backwards, but it will be probably way easier. Prepare the bolt on the side here. Have it ready, correct, and just bring the arm. So the fact it fell out, that's the one thing, but for us it's the easiest to put it this way. But look at it, it's nicely coming back. I compared the arms. They are looking absolutely identical. The fit here seems to be perfect. And now I just carefully wiggling it back and introducing that long bolt. Now, what I was saying, these arms are not cheap, and that's why I would like to show in different video how everybody can keep the OEM Toyota part and just replace those bushings. The bolt made it all the way. I'm ready to install this washer correct way and the nut. Now you remember we already discussed that. Pay attention. It's supposed to be not hugging the rubber this way. That's what I mean, there will be no space. It's the opposite. It's coming away from it. So here comes the nut, and I will tell you what. Now we have to stop. I don't want you to leave it in this position and tight, completely hard, that bolt and the nut, because actually that arm needs to be in its correct position, and only after that, when entire knuckle is here with the new ball joint, only after that I will be hard torquing this nut and bolt. So right now you have to wait. I will do the other things and then we will catch up together again. Now only after everything is connected, as you can see here correctly, the arm is in its correct position. I will be torquing that. I will be holding that long bolt steady. I don't want that moving. And I will be turning the nut. And I will torque it pretty tight. Shall we use a torque wrench for it? And hopefully pretty soon I will get there. Oh yeah, you heard it. Perfect. If you do that job yourself, don't forget your tool. Here you can see a detail of the brand new upper arm correctly installed in the place. So this truck again will be super happy. There is a bunch of new parts which were needed to be replaced. It was not all in, so the parts which were not worn, they were left in a place. And it was another tech video on this Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel, so I hope you find it entertaining. Hopefully it did explain to some people how this upper arm is holding there, correct? So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Be subscribed. I have way more coming your way. I will catch you later, alligator.